Hey, what's going on, team? It's Ricky with TechWhat Solutions, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about how you can travel the world on a budget. So for those that are not familiar with who it is that I am, my name is Ricky. I run the largest YouTube channel for those who invest in the stock market. Feel free to browse around my YouTube channel to become more familiar with my investing style in the stock market. So let's go ahead and get started. The reason that I'm making this video is because of the amount of suggestions after talking about this with the Learn Plan Profit group. It's the group that I trade with live every single morning, and a common question after I made the comment of, guess how much I'm going to be able to travel to China for round trip. This is not with any travel credit. This is not with any special point-based system credit card. This is not with any type of sponsorship or any type of incentive due to my following. This is something that anybody that is proactive within the series of applications that I'm going to talk about can experience. And again, this is why I think it's so important to talk about, because even if I save you, like, let's say we get 10,000 people to watch this video, which I think is very realistic, 10,000 people, right? And we save you on average of $10. The amount of money that the people watching this video, the next time that you travel with these different series of websites that you guys can use, that's the whole point of this. To, not just because you do well doesn't mean that you have to spend a ton of money. There's nothing wrong with being a ball on a budget. So let's go ahead and get started. The first thing that I want to talk about is about flights. That's usually what people view as one of the most expensive things. In my experience, traveling to Miami round trip for less than $100. Being able to travel to California round trip for less than $100. Being able to travel to New York round trip for less than $100. All I use, and this is because of my friends as well, all we use to find good deals is just like you look on LetGo and OfferUp and Craigslist for good deals when it comes down to maybe like investing in cars or maybe trying to flip certain things on the side. We do the same things when it comes down to traveling. There's no question that, a very common and very favorable pastime that a lot of people enjoy is traveling. So why not do it effectively? I use applications, and again, in no way is this video sponsored. There's not going to be no links. You guys can feel free to use these applications or not use them. But it's Google Flights. I'm not too sure if you guys are familiar with that. Literally, Google it. Google Flights. This is one of my favorite tools when it comes down to being able to identify what dates I want to travel the most effectively when it comes down to cost. And what I mean by this is Google Flights has a tool, as you guys can see in my screen, that allows you to adjust the dates that you leave and the dates that you land. And the really cool thing about this tool is it gives you this calendar format that tells you, according to the day that you leave and according to the day that you land, what your overall flight cost will be. This makes it super effective to be aware of the other dates for potential departures and for potential arrivals that can adjust your price. The perfect example that I can give you is when we were using this specific tool to plan our trip to China. Our trip was ranging anywhere from the $367 that we were able to purchase the trip for, round trip from Phoenix, right? Because I'm in Arizona, not driving and flying to LAX and then taking off to China, but literally from Phoenix International Airport to China. And I had to go and adjust those series of dates, and it literally took me like 5 to 10 minutes to find dates that best accommodated my specific kind of schedule. Again, this could be very, in a sense, just beneficial for someone that wants to plan out a trip 2 or 3 months in advance. You can first identify what dates are most affordable based on this Google tool that you can use, and see what dates you want to take off that are the cheapest, and what dates you want to arrive that are the cheapest according to your schedule. And then you can let your work know 2 weeks ahead of time, a month ahead of time, 2 months ahead of time, and let all your friends know that you want to travel with that, hey, these are the dates that are the most affordable. These are the dates that we're going to leave. And now this could accommodate our specific work schedule. It's a beautiful tool, and it's something that I find the most beneficial on the Google Flight platform. Again, other than that, I personally like to use Kayak. Kayak is an application on my phone that I can book hotels and I can book flights. I never book car rentals through that. But the really cool thing about this is that it allows me to be able to see and very easily from my phone different flights, and then on specific dates it highlights certain things with a little like green dot that lets me know that those specific dates are good tools. One little thing that I try to do is just to make sure that I'm getting the best deal, I first try round trip to see when's the best time to like leave and arrive. So again, the two platforms that I use when it comes down to booking my specific flights are Google Flights, and I like to use that calendar format, and also Kayak, which is the application that I use on my phone. There's also this application that I want to talk about on my most recent trip, and again, feel free to use it according to like your own terms. It's called skiplagged, and it's actually an idea that my friend Caleb came up with that we were going to create ourselves, but we actually saw that it already existed. They received this huge backlash because we pretty much ditched some of your connecting flights. And again, this is up to you if you guys want to do it, but my trip that I recently took to visit California was going to be $552 round trip from Phoenix to LAX. The next day, come back from LAX back to Phoenix. Skiplagged booked me a trip from Phoenix. They had a layover in LAX, but its final destination was Canada. So what that meant was that I would fly to LAX and I would pretty much just ditch the second flight, which obviously was to Canada. And by being able to do that, that flight from Phoenix to LAX was only $102. Now on my way back, there was a flight on my way back from LAX to Dallas, but it had a layover in Phoenix. The beautiful thing about that is that, again, that flight cost me $77. So altogether, I was able to take that trip round trip for $180, cut my cost in half, less than half, right? And then save all that money. And again, there's no reason just because you do well that you have to spend a lot of money. There are some certain things that you have to be aware of when it comes down to skiplagged, that it's a little bit more difficult to kind of like book your flights, and you also sometimes need to take your passport if you're going to be like, like my first flight was going to Canada. They make you check in with a passport. That's something that you have to also be aware of. And also if you're going to check in luggage, you can't really check it in because you're going to try to ship it to your final destination. And guess what? You're going to be ditching that second flight or the third flight or whatever it is to get to where it is that you want to go. So again, I always just travel very light with a backpack. So again, it accommodates my specific lifestyle. So those are the 3 platforms that I would encourage for you to explore. If you don't like them, then again, feel free to share your own opinion down in the comment section. But I just wanted to make sure that you guys were aware that those specific applications were out there. The second thing that I want to talk about are the hotels. So for my people that don't care about exactly where you stay and all you want is the best deal possible, there's a feature within hotels.com, and again, this is not sponsored, this is because I'm super frugal. When I stayed in Virginia, when I went to go visit a couple friends out there, I didn't really care where it was that I was staying because it just did not matter to me. And again, that's the type of position that I was in. I know that this is not for everybody because sometimes you need to stay in a specific position or a specific area. It would give me a general area of where this hotel was going to be and the rated number of stars at this hotel and what it had to offer. It did not tell me what hotel it was going to be. All it told me was that these hotels normally sell for $150 a night and I could get it for $60 a night. Again, it's a feature, they're called hot deals within the hotels.com platform. Again, if you don't care about the area, as long as it gives you this general area and you're all right with the premise or the perimeter that it gives you, then again, that's something that could accommodate your lifestyle and really cut your expenses in half. The other thing that I want to talk about is I like to use Kayak and I like to use Airbnb for my travel. On my trip to China, we explored the different options for hotels.com, we explored the different options for Kayak, but the best deals, because we're traveling with 5 people, Airbnb. It's what worked best for that specific travel. And again, this is not something that's always going to be like a perfect roadmap for you because there's a lot of times that I have to book it either through hotels.com or through Airbnb because of the kind of position that I'm put in. If I'm there for a meeting and I have to be in a specific area, then I want to make sure that I have really good Wi-Fi and I'm not staying at a random person's house and become unfamiliar with kind of the amenities that it's going to include. Again, if you have more specific type of things that you're going to want at your stay, then hotels are obviously the best alternative. But if you're a little bit more relaxed and you don't mind staying with a couple of friends in a 3-bedroom Airbnb in China, then it obviously makes sense. Just to put it into perspective, because 5 of us are going and we're going to be going for 7 days. So we ended up booking a series of trips. Our first stop is going to be Shanghai, then we're going to be visiting Beijing, and then we're going to go back to Shanghai. Within those 3 destinations and the number of dates that we're going to be staying in China, per person, it was under $120. So you guys can do the math. Again, it's 5 of us, and we're able to split the cost effectively and efficiently. That accommodates our travel. Again, now just recapping the 3 platforms that I talked about were hotels.com, Kayak, and Airbnb. Again, there's so many different platforms out there that you could become more familiar with that I would encourage you to explore. If you have anything that you want to share again about what are the best applications or softwares to use to find good areas to stay at, feel free to comment down in the comment section. Now, the last thing that I want to talk about, the reason that I'm making this video is you don't have to spend always a ton of money just because you do well and you want to travel. I think one of the most beautiful things that we like to empower our following here in the Tech But Solutions YouTube channel, my YouTube channel, is that there's nothing wrong with being a baller on a budget. And what I mean by that, again, I'm just trying to make you guys laugh, but it's really just empowering people to be proactive and to find good deals. You work really hard for your money, so why not just dedicate a little bit more time and effort and planning, again, something that normally not a lot of people do, to save some money, especially if you're gonna be traveling with friends, family, or just for fun. One of the things, again, I wanted to give both options. Sometimes I have to travel for business and it's very short notice, and I have to, in a sense, book somewhat more pricey flights. And yes, that sucks, but when it comes down to something that's premeditated and planned, why not just dedicate a little bit more time to prepare in advance, right? And make sure that you get the best deal possible. You're aware of now how to book your flights, how to book your hotels, and how to have fun in the different areas in which that you can visit. It just takes a little bit more time and a little bit more planning to be a baller on a budget. So again, thank you guys again so much for watching this video. I hope that it saved you minimum. I hope that this video saves each and every single one of you $10. If you guys are looking forward to traveling this 2019, please give this video a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. Again, if you guys would like to learn more about investing in the stock market, we're the largest YouTube channel out there. We would love to be a part of your success only if you see value in it. So feel free to browse around my YouTube channel. I have day in life videos, I have my story videos, and I have daily recap videos. Today, as you guys can see right here, I closed a little bit over $590 profit, and it's something that I do every single day with our Learn Plan Profit group. They get to watch me trade live, and if you would like to stay connected for free, join our free Facebook group, the first link in the description. We have over 191,000 members, and we would love to be a part of your success. Just to let you guys know, we're also the largest Facebook group for those who invest in the stock market. Like always, guys, continue working hard, continue following dreams, let your passion be what drives your success, learn something new, make someone smile today, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.